My name is Raphael Tarpani. My project has a nice overlap with the previous one, so I will spare some time presenting some parts as well. Me, together with Dr. Gallego-Smith, are the participants in this nice project entitled Environmental Impacts of Digital Service for Health and Wellbeing in the Home. We are the two participants from the University of Manchester, and there's a participation of other universities here in the UK. To start, there's no need to introduce what digital revolution is, digitalization, digital services. We use for the electronic tickets here. We are transmitting this over the internet, so not much to say about it. And companies, high-tech companies such as Google, Microsoft, keep pushing this digital service and digitalization forward. And we use cell phones as main devices to access these digital services, but this is only the tip of the iceberg. There, as was said in the previous presentation, all the infrastructure for the internet consumes a lot of energy, lots of electronic devices, and it's keep growing and causing more environmental impacts. So it's important to understand this. So when we apply digitalization, digital service to the health sector, we can, this new term, e-health, coined 20 years ago, and we have as a way to define as telehealth, telemedicine, but there are many other ways that we can efficiently improve healthcare service through digitalization, make it more affordable, and if we study correctly, better for the environment as well and for the patients. And we need some people using smartwatches, and in the case of the project, what we're going to study is 3 different elder independent living schemes here in the UK. So we're going to look for how some equipments using for delivering a system that have communication between the elderly citizens living there. They can communicate with audio and video. They can also have notifications about their health. And we use a lot of equipment for this: data servers, devices such as tablets, video cameras, and we are going to understand this in a life cycle perspective. So how much electricity they consume, how much use of the internet for this scheme, and also how people interact with them and feel about them. That's another part of the project that I will explain a little bit later. So we are talking about digitalization, digital services, and environment. What's the point of providing the digitalization, digital services for all sorts of purpose? It can provide dematerialization. So we have books, our CDs, music is all on the internet now. Okay, we provide dematerialization, but we have energy consumption to have this storage in the cloud or transmitted over the internet. So it's a good to study in a life cycle assessment, using life cycle assessment according to great perspective to understand how this can be balanced and how much is actually improving the environmental quality by these services. And the same way, we can provide optimization, making data more available so we can have better eco design and supply management and during the production of electronic devices, for instance, and also feed game-change concepts in like AI and big data analytics to make these services to be more optimized and be helped better for the patient, but also for the environment. And it's good to study to avoid trade-offs, as I mentioned before. We can target for decreasing CO2 emissions and decrease climate change potential, but by using more electronic devices, we end up creating more mining and releasing these metals to the environment. So that's something we try to avoid, to create trade-offs that are not beneficial for the environment or harder to control than what you're targeting to. And we also want to avoid rebound effects. It's very well known in energy. So we try to be more efficient, and we end up increasing environmental impacts directly or indirectly. So it's very well, they have to be very well understood, not only environmentally, but how people feel and understand these digital services, so we can better understand how trade-offs and rebound effects can be avoided. So we have this in the project. We structure this multidisciplinary project with different universities here in the UK. On the top, the project is structured in 6 work packages. All universities participate in all of them. So we are constantly exchanging information about them. And we are more, the Tyndall Center, Manchester University are more focused on work package 5 and 6. But we have meetings and webinars about all the aspects of the project, really with social scientists that I'm explaining now. So work package 1 is the project management, and in the work package 2, a group of social scientists visit these elderly living schemes to understand what they feel, how they use these electronic devices, and how can they be optimized for their use. And we have trying to have insights of how they can be improved for them based on what they're feeling about it. Work package 3, we have stakeholders from the NHS and the whole health sector as generally speaking. So we can discuss how the findings that we are having in the project can be helpful for the NHS in general and more sustainable for the environment too. So we have brainstorming about this. Work package 4, we merge the knowledges that we get from work package 2 and 3, so we can better understand, co-create, and exchange ideas about how the project is evolving, to have insights how this can be used in other places and be better for the environment and more sustainable. And what you're focusing now in the project, work package 5 and 6, that's what you're going to do. The next slide, please. Is the cradle to grave study using life cycle assessment of the devices used in this living scheme. So we are going to get information on how much electricity consumption there is to deliver this digital service. We're going to get information how much of the internet they are using, so we can estimate environmental impacts of using the internet. And together with this, so we're going to understand evaluate 18 different life cycle impacts, so to make sure there's not much trade-offs of there. We are also going to get these devices and dismantle them, to have and apply circular economy strategies to make sure that these can be used in a better way, increase their lifespan, and how can they be manufactured and in a way that's better for the environment. And just to stress now, it's just we are working with an interdisciplinary team to make sure that all the aspects that are commented during this presentation and the previous one can be better understood. So from all the important aspects that we can consider, social, economical, and environmental, to have a better and more transition towards a more sustainable and better society. Thank you.